Hi Heather, how you doing today on this nice Saturday, or sorry, Sunday
Monday.
evening? Wow, the weekend's gone by fast. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
So,
doing I'm
oh, go
doing
ahead.
well, thanks.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So this is our 10th coaching session. So I really appreciate you being part of this and helping me as far as and me. Hopefully, I'm helping you as well with this coaching.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
It's been
um,
an important part of my journey.
yeah. So really want to make this a special coaching session. So I know we've talked a lot about from sparkle to transitions and phases. So what would you like to talk about today as far as your coaching, your goal you'd like to achieve today?
Well, I had a couple. I read an article that was inspiring to me, and I had an interesting experience earlier today. So I'd like to talk about those two and glean any insights. See what maybe deeper meanings there are, and how that might influence my next steps.
Okay. So what kind of things are would you like to talk about as far as?
Well, one of the things that happened is I went to an open house in my condo building,
Oh.
and and I had been to that unit before, and it was really uninspiring. It was not staged. I think it had the owner's kind of leftover furniture. It was just not. It didn't seem like an inspiring place at all.
Uh-huh.
And then today they had an open house, and I thought, well, I'll just walk in and take a look and see what it's like. And at first I thought, don't even bother. You didn't even like the place before. Why
Yeah.
bother? But today, for some reason, I went in and they had it staged.
Mhm.
And so I've been talking about feng shui for staging,
Mhm.
and I've had this interest in real estate and creating homes for people. And I couldn't believe the difference in the place and from the staging and just the colors and the style and the arrangement of the furniture and things like that. It just felt like the place was so fresh and had much more positive energy. So one, it really just caught my attention that staging really does make a difference,
Uh-huh.
huge difference. So I was excited about that. And then I also thought that's what I really want to do but I want to do it. I like to be my own investor, and I like to find properties, figure out the potential, which ones have potential, and improve them, buy them, improve them, and either sell them or rent them to people. Basically, I want to create homes for people. And I thought about the rental property that I do have now, and the same tenants have lived there for 14 years,
Uh-huh.
something like that. And and I think they really think of it as their house, their home, and it's been meaningful to feel like I'm providing a home for those people.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was really uplifting, and I just felt that spark of energy, like that's what I want to do. Only I don't know how to do it because I have capital, but it's tied up in other things. It's tied up in my current home. It's tied up in, retirement investments, things like that. So I'm not really sure how to act on that right now, but I really feel like that's what I want to do. Is I want to create homes for people, and this is something I've kind of known for several years, but having this experience today just really, I don't know, somehow it just hit me like that is what I want to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but that's what I want to do. And then the second thing today, I read an article that to get what you want, you must speak it over your life. And um, and so it talked about, I guess, basically just about focusing on what I want and and also talking about it, even if it's saying it to myself in front of a mirror or something like that. So that inspired me to just, instead of, because right now or up to this point, I've kind of discounted, oh, I can't do that right now. I'd like to do that, but I can't do that right now. And so I think, well, maybe I can speak about it. I don't know what difference that'll make, but maybe there's things like that I can do. And I do know I've had times in my life when I've had synchronicities and things just things just almost like magically come together. So I feel like gap. I feel like where I am right now, I feel like I do know what I want to do, which is great, right? Because if I don't know what I want to do, it's like, how do you get there? I feel like I know what I want to do, but the gap is I'm not sure how to get there.
Wow. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm incorrect on this, but I did hear a spike in energy when you talked about this open house you went today, and I guess you went there in the past, and after you saw it staged, it really excited you. It sounded like.
Yeah, it
Is that
did.
correct, or if
It
am I
did.
off on that? Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Totally did.
And
And it just like uplifted my whole day. I was already, feeling good and things like that.
yeah.
But I noticed that positive energy. It was like, oh, wow, that's what I want to do.
Does that help confirm feng shui is the way?
That's a good rhyme. And it would be so fun to learn about things like that. And I really like to do it on my own, as my own investor, buying properties, you know, finding them, strategizing about, which ones have potential or not, how to improve them, making improvements, selling or renting, and create homes for people. So it's not just about flipping houses and making a buck, although I like to make money at it, but it's really about creating homes for people, a higher purpose.
It sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, from my, from what after hearing you explain, it sounds like after seeing this home that you saw today that was staged, that it made you think about this the rental house that you have, and more than just rental house, it's you're providing a home. So
Yeah,
it sounds like there's a purpose. Is
there
that
is a purpose. There is a purpose to it,
yeah?
and that
Is that
that
correct?
yes,
Yeah.
being of service to people, helping make people's lives better. That's really important to me, and it's also like paramount importance now to do it in a way that feels good to me. Because up to this point, I've done these corporate jobs and I've done a really good job of making other people happy, but at a great personal cost to me.
Yeah.
I want to do it. I want to have similar outcomes, but do it in a way that works for me, that feels good to me. And I think this is an example of that. This is a way to do that. But I don't want to just work for somebody and do it. I want to have the freedom to use my own creativity, my own ingenuity to like make it or break it on my own. And I know I'm sure I'd be scared making my next investments, but I know I'll be good at it. I know I'll be successful at it. And if I'm this successful doing something that I really don't like, what if I was doing something I really enjoyed? How successful at that could I be?
Hmm.
It's got to be more.
Hmm.
It's got to be even more successful.
Yeah.
So what now? Well, now I'm like, okay, I have this great insight. What do I do? Do I
What do you think
do
you should do?
I
What's
I love Hawaii. I love having a place here. I hope that Hawaii is always part of my life. I don't think I necessarily need to live here full time, um, but that would be great too. But that's where I think about Florida, where I have that property and the rental property, and Hawaii. And
hmm
one of the things that I thought coming here originally is, maybe, and we're buying this condo that I have now is, maybe spend part of the year in Hawaii, part of the year in Florida, divide time, to have kind of the best of both worlds. And, you know, in Florida, I've done some reading and looking at things like property price to rent ratios and things like that. And in Florida, it just makes so much more sense. And in fact, I get letters about the property that I have now that I actually thought was going to be moving into, but kind of one thing led to another, and haven't done it yet. that, of investors that want to buy that property. And in reading some of the articles I've read recently, it's in a really sweet spot for price. You can get, you know, um, you can get a lot of rental income at a price of homes there.
Mhm.
So it just seems like financially it makes more sense to say look at Florida for those kind of investments than it does in Hawaii. So I think, how does all that fit together? I don't know. How do I decide? Because if I say sold my condo here, I can use that equity maybe to invest in property in Florida. Go live there would be a risk, right? No job, no benefits. Um, but but then the other flip side, but the opportunity to do, I think the real estate business that I really like to do, I can see doing that in Florida. But I also love Hawaii and I love living here and I love our condo. If I sold it right now, I don't know, if I've had it long enough to, maybe I'd even break even considering all the real estate transaction costs and stuff, or done so much to it already. It's just kind of timing wise, it doesn't feel quite right to sell it. And ultimately, I'd always like to have it. So I'm trying to just weigh all those different options. How do I decide?
Well, that leads me to my next question. How would you like to
Thank you
spend?
for listening to me.
No, as far as your goal, that's a great transition point because now it's like, okay, of those things, sounds like you love Hawaii. You have it sounds like you have some opportunities to generate revenue or more make more feasible a living in Florida. So, how would you like to focus on your coaching goal based on those two things? What would be your coaching goal for today?
I guess I'd like to explore that Florida Hawaii decision and see if I have any new insights that will help me decide.
So,
You
anything
know,
specifically related to the Florida Hawaii decision that you want to focus on specifically, or
maybe I was gonna say weigh the pros and cons. Maybe
weigh the pros and cons?
ultimately, I don't know if it's possible in one session, but I'd
Right.
love to come away with new insights that inform my decision. I don't know if I'll really be able to make a decision in this coaching session, but maybe gain insight into making that
Okay,
decision.
let me just ask you a question then. Based on those two things, Florida, Hawaii, are those the only two options, or are there other options besides? Or do you have it nailed down just to Florida, Hawaii?
I kind of feel like I have it nailed down to
Why is
those
that?
locations. But I would be open if, circumstances arose that brought another area to the forefront. I'd be open to that.
But what is
But
it specifically about Florida, Hawaii that really?
well, um, I like this particular area of Florida a lot. It kind of feels like home to me. Like Hawaii feels like home to me. Like my soul came home when we moved to Hawaii. That area of Florida and that particular area of Florida feels like home. Not most other areas of Florida I would not want to live in. But this particular area I really like. It's a high quality of life. It's a pace of life that I like, and I like the houses. I like the properties. There's beautiful houses, and then of course the cost of living, both just living and then the properties that a person can buy. I think there's a lot of opportunity. I could do a lot with the money that I have in terms of buying properties and improving them. I I feel much more comfortable doing that there than say Hawaii, for example, because the prices are so much lower. The homes, you get so much more for your money, and I really like the homes themselves, the architecture, the style. I like the weather. It's probably one of the closest to Hawaii, that kind of tropical feeling. Um, and I feel like financially, the numbers work better than just about anywhere I think of. Like California, for example, there's a lot of things I like about California. I'm not sure it really feels like home to me, and it's very crowded and expensive.
Is it important for you to
So
make the place that you want to invest in feels like home to you? Is that important
yeah,
to you?
that's important to
Like versus
me.
a Vegas or a
Yeah,
Arizona?
that's important to me because I think I will be living there for
Yeah.
at least part of the year while I'm doing this work. So that is important to me. That's a really good question. Having that sense of home is important to me, and there's not a lot of places like it. That's a really good question.
Well, I know you spend a lot of time in Seattle as well. As you ever thought about options in the Northwest or other places other than? I'm just trying to just test your not test, but just kind of just peel back your
Yeah,
thought process just to see if that's what maybe there's other options you haven't considered or are there
well, I
other.
think those are great. That's a great question. There's things I love about Seattle. There's things I really dislike about Seattle. The weather in the winter, 9 months out of the year. But you know what? In 10 years of living in Seattle, it was it was a lot of nice things about it, but it never really felt like home to me. I never had that feeling, even though I love my house and you know I spent 10 years there. It never felt like home to me.
Well, it's
Never, I never had that feeling.
good you brought that up. Are there any other places in the U.S. besides Florida, I guess Hawaii, that feels like home to you?
I think for a time, Colorado did, but I feel like not. I don't have that sense
No.
of feeling about it anymore. And and I think like way a long time ago, back in my 20s, I did want to go to California, and I think maybe at the time, California would have been a good place for me to be, although I was too scared to go there, thinking it was too expensive and things like that. But I don't know that it would feel like home to me today.
You want to
That's
drill
not really
down?
the
Do you want
lifestyle.
to drill down on the little bit about being too scared to go to California? What about that? What about that?
Well, at the time, after I graduated from college, well, it kind of goes further back than that. When I was in high school, I wasn't really that interested in going to college, but my parents were like, you have to go to college. And
I
I'm
wish I
glad
had
they
that problem, but go ahead.
did. But the one place I wanted to go, and I don't think I even told my parents, is I want to go to Stanford. I want to go to
Wow.
California.
Stanford.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Um, but that was like so, what do I want to say? Just off the radar for my, like out of the box for my family. That's like a crazy thought. So I didn't even bring it up. And, and, I was scared to go away from home because it's like, oh my God, that's so far and I don't know if I can do it and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't. And then I did get a job after I graduated from college, and I worked for a tech company that was headquartered out there. So I went to Silicon Valley on business trips, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But I'm thinking to myself, it's not practical. It's housing prices are 5 or 10 times what they are in the Midwest where I grew up, and it's not practical. Why make that sacrifice and all that? And I think if I had gone to California, I'm sure I would have done fine. I would have been successful, and I probably would have made a lot of money, and maybe I'd be able to do my real estate investments like I want to do today easier. But I kind of feel like that. I'm not really interested in that fast-paced lifestyle. And I don't know. Some of the I don't know. I guess I just have this feeling like California is a nice place to visit, but I don't know that it's home to me really.
Let me ask you a question. So coming to Hawaii, was it practical?
Not really.
Did it work out?
Yes.
Okay.
But
So
I
what
wanted
changed?
to come. I
What
had
changed?
this desire in my heart. I wanted to come here.
So what
It was like
changed between
divine
then and now that
inspiration.
made when you come here when
Oh, how did I
and
get more
help
like
you came
courage?
well you came here but you wouldn't go there. So what changed?
Divine. I've become much more spiritual, actually, more trusting that things work out. And I truly believe, because I don't even know where the idea came from to go to Hawaii of all places, and the synchronicity of how everything worked out. I mean, it's crazy. So I think
But like you said, it worked out
it did.
for you. It worked out. Is that
Mhm.
right? Did I hear you
Mhm.
correctly or something else?
Yes. So I feel the same kind of calling to do real estate, but I feel like it's that that Tampa area where I want to do it. That's yeah. It's just like when I got this inspiration to come to Hawaii. It was only Hawaii. It wasn't the Bahamas or the Caribbean or you know somewhere else, Okinawa. It was Hawaii. And just now, as I think about this real estate investing that I want to do and creating homes for people, it's like there's no place else but Tampa.
But
That's
what I
the
heard
only
you
thing that
say,
comes to
correct me if
mind.
I'm wrong, I didn't mean to cut you off, sorry. It worked out.
Yes.
So what can you do differently to move forward to know whatever you want to do? It's going to work out. What would your next steps be?
I guess the thing I struggle with is what to do about my home in Hawaii. Because to me, that's my money I could go to Florida with and buy properties and, do that work that I'm talking about, create homes for people. But to do that, I need to sell it. And, you know, I I guess I don't really want to sell it. I think I would, but I just wonder, is there another way?
Well, let me ask you a question.
You have a smile on your face.
No, let me ask you a question. So knowing of your spirituality and your belief and knowing it's going to work out, knowing it will work out, what would you do next for
If I
that
knew I
vision?
couldn't
If
fail,
you knew, like in the past, you didn't go to California in the past because of not, but you came here and it worked out. So knowing what you know now and the way you believe in your belief system, what would you do next? Knowing it will work out, what's your next step? What would be that with that belief system?
I guess I would find a way. Okay, if I knew it would work out, I would find a way to go to Florida and keep this place here.
Well, you said it
That's
would
what I would
work out.
want
It
to
will
do.
work out. So
Okay.
knowing it will work out, it will work out.
I
What's
would go to Tampa and I would keep this place here. I would rent this place, knowing that I could come back to it. So that's one option. So go there, get engaged in real estate somehow. What could I do? I could, you know, I don't know. I mean, okay, so one of the things I could do is I could do some more improvements on the property I have in Tampa. I could live there, I could move in there, live there, use the furniture that I still have in storage in Seattle, and I could probably, well, I don't know, I guess I have to look and see, but I'm thinking make some more improvements to that place, which would be fun, and maybe I could put that place up for sale while I'm living in it. Sell that, and maybe that could be my money to fix up my next place and live in that place while I'm fixing it up. I don't know what I do for income though, because I still need income and the benefits. Another idea is I could sell this place. When I am successful in my work in Florida, I could buy another place in Hawaii if I want to do that. Or could, we've learned a lot about, opportunities here and properties here. Can rent a place, right? A nice place for, say, a month. Come here for a month or a few months at a time. You don't necessarily have to own something. There's ways to come
Let
back
me
to
ask you
Hawaii.
again. Knowing it will work out, what would be your next steps? Knowing it will work out.
Oh, I love that question. I would rent the place here. I would go to Florida. I would move my stuff from storage into the house that I have there now.
Knowing it will work out. I'll repeat it again as you're talking.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
I know we're coming toward the end of our coaching session. So what would be your next steps moving forward as far as based on your
Oh, hard part.
knowing it will work out?
Knowing it will work out. I guess that's where I need to have the courage that it will.
Knowing it will work out.
Okay, so here's one thing I could do. I could look at, okay, what would it cost? What would it cost? You know, I could take some action steps. I could talk with some property managers, which I have a few ideas about, and, you know, see what this place here would rent for. I could get facts and data, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could see what this place would rent for, what their commissions or their, you know, percentage would be, and see how the numbers work out. I could find out how much it's going to cost to move stuff from Seattle to Tampa. I could figure out my options on the lease with the current tenants, which is coming up at the end of next month. I know I need to give them a certain amount of notice, and I would want to give them appropriate notice. You know, so I could, I guess, check on facts and data.
Mm-hmm. When would you do that?
And you know, I don't know if I would want to do that. I have to think about it. But, you know, if I'm, maybe I could. It's not really my first choice, but maybe I can apply for jobs in Tampa and think of maybe that's something I could do for, you know, a few years, a year, a few years, something like that. While I'm getting ready to do this real estate business.
So when do you think you'll start this? Take the next steps.
I can start tomorrow, actually.
Well,
I
you
can
need
start
to
tomorrow.
start tomorrow? Is that the okay?
Yeah, I could call. Well, you know what? I could call a couple property managers.
You
At
could.
least one.
You could, or
Or I
something else,
will.
or something else.
I will identify property managers to call this week. I'll just say this week
Okay.
about that. I will
Okay.
identify property managers to call this week.
Okay.
And I'll find out what, well, let's see. I'm going to start with the property managers first. 'Cause I don't know if I want to talk to the property manager about timing yet, about moving in until I have some data here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get data about Hawaii first.
Okay.
That's my next step.
Wow. Wow. Sounds like exciting. As far as your, I can feel a little bit of movement, forward movement here.
That was a really good question. If I know it will work out, that's what I want to do. That is what I want to do. I have new clarity about that.
That's good. I'm glad to hear
So
that.
I'll take the next. Yeah, I'm excited about taking the next step. Thank you.
Thank you. It makes me think about me too as well. If I knew it would work out, what would I do? So that's a great.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot, Bob. I really appreciate it. And these coaching sessions have been, you know, I've really made some valuable decisions and changes through this process, and your coaching has really helped me with that. So,
And it goes two ways, you know, as far as ICF coaching, you know, it's the coachee that creates a plan, and you know, just hearing you talk, I've learned along as well as the past 10 weeks. So thank you for helping me learn and open my eyes up to other things I wasn't aware of. So I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to our next coaching session.
Let's continue this journey.
Absolutely.
For sure.
That's without Molly. Molly's been great too. So, but anyway, thanks, and we'll definitely connect again. And looking forward to hear the next steps as far as you took, as far as if you knew it would work out, you know, what would you do? So, thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.